Ah, there it is. What is good? We're back. This is Coach Steve with I Love Basketball TV, and today I'm going to be teaching you 3 hacks to jump higher instantly. So let's go. So it's so good to be back. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, staying active, and working on your body, staying in shape. And I hope this is something you can really take away some good information and jump higher instantly. So like I said, I'm gonna be teaching you 3 different unique types of ways to activate your body. These are things I do every single session, but there's a million different things I can do, but I wanted to narrow it down to 3 ones that you probably haven't heard of yet, so that way you can try something new and hopefully jump higher instantly. So when it comes to these hacks, the reason why they work is because jumping is a max effort and high intensity workout that requires maximum energy. That's why I'm so big on the energy even outside of basketball when it comes to sleep and nutrition. You want to maximize every ounce of energy you use, and that goes hand in hand with your body, your head to your toe. You're using your full body motion, and if you can activate the right muscles at the right time, make sure they're fully warm and prepped to jump, you can jump higher, you can jump your highest, you can maximize your potential. So that's what I'm looking forward to do, so let's get into it. So one of the muscles that's really tight on me that I always make sure I want to warm up properly is my hips. So I'm going to give you a couple exercises to warm up those hips, open them up, and the reason for this is because your hips right here are what lift up your legs. So when you run, you're moving like this. Obviously we know we need strong hamstrings, quads, calves to push off the ground, but you also have to drive those legs up. Whether it's one foot and you drive that leg up, this hip flexor has to be strong. So, and even when it's jumping, when you take that penultimate, you're lifting your leg, you're driving your leg, you're extending your leg. That all comes with the hips. So it's really important to hit those muscles, but it's something that I see get overlooked all the time. So one of my favorite ones is simply just leg kicks. I'll do them over here. You just want to kick your leg out. I like to do 20 reps on each leg, and you go slow with it. I just woke up. This is the first movement I've done all day, so I really let my body wake up, and the more reps, the more blood flow, you're getting that open, and you want to really open those hips. You want to kick higher, and just try to think about where you're feeling it. You don't want to twist too much with your upper body. You want to just try to get your leg like a pendulum going like that. So the next movement for the hips that I think is a great one is pretending you're stepping over a chair, and you just walk backwards. So what you do is you lift your leg up and step over. Then the other leg, step over. You can twist as well. I like to start with just opening like this. Just opening. Do one set of just opening. You really feel it firing up through here, up through the side, and just take big steps backwards, lifting your knee as high as you can. Woo, it's already burning. Woo. Okay, and the other thing you can do is have a chair. So I like to call them chair step-overs, but if you don't have a chair, you can just pretend. So you use chairs right next to you, step, and it forces you to twist your leg. So it forces you to not only lift up your leg and turn it out here, but then turn it this way. I don't have the best range of motion there, but I still feel it activating like crazy. So you turn it and step over the chair. And if you don't have access to a chair, you can just do the walk backs with the same rotation. If you don't have a chair, you can do the same walking back motion and just add that rotation like we just did. So it'll look like this, step over, try to visualize you're stepping over a chair. I didn't do great rotation there. Step over that chair, step over that chair, woo! Step over that chair, woo! And yes, I do this in a crowded gym with people looking around. I look a little goofy doing it, but if it gets my hips warm, I'm all for it. So the next trick I like to use is the warming up of the lower back. Some people call them good mornings or just back extensions, but what you want to do is put your hands on your head, feet shoulder width apart, slight knee bend, just a little bit, and just come forward. I have very tight hamstrings, nursing a little bit of an injury right now, so I don't have that much range of motion, but you want to feel it right in your low back. So when you come down, I start with just 20 light reps, 20 light reps like this, and try to keep your back flexed. You don't want your pelvis to be out. Try to keep your pelvis neutral. That's another thing that's kind of tricky to do, but you don't want it sticking out, you don't want it in. Try to keep it neutral, but your back, try to flex that lower back and you will feel it. Try to put your chest to the ground as low as you can and come up. So after I do the 20 reps of just movement, and I start to feel the back of my hamstrings warming up and my lower back, I like to add a little bit of speed to it. So like this, come down slow, stand up. Whew. 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 Really flex that back, squeeze it, squeeze that back. Whew. Okay, and the reason that's important is because every motion, every jumping motion has your lower back. And the reason why I wanted to put it in this video is because that gets overlooked as well. When you're warming up, when you're playing basketball and you're doing side to side, you're getting a lot of leg movement, you're shooting around, but you're not really bending over in that motion too much. So it's something that unlocks a lot of potential, because when you jump, especially with the ball in your hand off 2 feet, you're going like this and you're exploding. Like I said, it's your full body. Lower back is hugely important. So now we got the hips, those little muscles, we got the low back little muscles, and we're well on our way to jumping. Let's go. Whew. So this next one might be my favorite because you don't really have to do much, but it really activates your muscles, almost counteracts it by just landing. So it's just a drop landing. If you don't have a box, I will show you the penultimate step you can do, the workout, the drop step that you don't need a platform to do it on. But from beginners to advanced, this is kind of a medium. Most people can do about this height. If you're a little bit of a beginner, you can do a lower box. You can do something that's just about 6 inches off the ground. But what you're gonna do is just step off and absorb, okay? And just do that over and over again. It's a little, this is not the best chair, but just absorb. And what that's doing is that's shocking, because every jump there's a landing, right? And so that's part of the warm-up process. When you're jumping and you're doing your light jumps, you're landing and absorbing, and your body's feeling that force. They have to push to absorb that. So by doing that without the jump, before you're warm, before you're trying to jump your highest, you're activating those muscles that are needed for that force to be reacted to. So for every single jump, there's gonna be a landing, unless, I guess, you jump so high you fly. Like, these activation movements really make you fly that high that you never come down. That's kind of the goal. Or if you dunk on somebody and ride them down to the floor, you can ride a little gently. But for the most part, you're gonna be landing. So that landing process is absorbing force and also telling your muscles to react to that ground. So by doing this off the chair like this as you're warming up, it's activating those muscles that you would only get from a max jump. So by coming off a landing platform, it's a great way to activate those muscles and wake up your legs without exerting too much energy, and activating them to get them primed before you try to do your max jumps. Boom. You could even do one leg or single leg and just land. Only do this if you don't have any knee pain, because this is a lot of force on your knee. Again, absorb. Just try to absorb. And core, you want to engage your core, engage your glutes, everything. Just try to absorb it and try not to move. Boom. Yee. All right, and now I'm going to show you the alternative if you don't have a platform to use. So if you don't have a platform to use, and even if you do have a platform, this is a bonus one that's really great for not only the physicality of your body warming up, but also for the mindset. Because when you want to attack the rim, you want to attack 100%. So when you want to, this is a great way to walk through the right technique as well as get your body prepped to jump. So it's basically just a drop step. Look at the rim, most important. Look up the whole time. That's also part of this bonus piece, is that you want to stay upright, okay? So what you want to do is just take a big drop step if you're right, left. And just, you don't want to jump into that plant, but you want to take a big penultimate. Just lean off this foot. Arms come back, and you're about to jump, but you're just stopping. Same thing as off the chair. When you land, you're absorbing that impact and stopping right there, activating those muscles to contract. But you can do it with a drop step. So for left, right, do the same thing. And not only is that getting it carved with your body, but it's also getting carved with your mind. You're looking at the rim, your attack mode, it gets you want to go attack that rim. But you're gradually getting to that 100% effort, because that's what it takes. 100% effort, I can't stress that enough. Make sure all these muscles are warmed up, lubricated, activated, because when you want to jump 100%, everything's got to be in tune, everything's got to be primed and ready to go, and you're fueled up. Let's go. A few more times from different angles, left, right. Head up, torso up, sitting over your hips, helps you to get the right technique and also activating those muscles. All right, right, left. So what I love about that movement and the chair movement is that instead of just jumping to jump higher, you're kind of doing the opposite. You're kind of just absorbing, doing the result. So you're landing and you're absorbing, you're doing the absorbing part without exploding. So your body's like, ooh, absorb, absorb. I want to explode. All right, guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you learned something. When you want to jump higher, you have to think long term, but there are things you can do today, especially that you haven't worked on, that can unlock instant vertical. So I really can't wait to see you guys put these in action. Any questions at all, any comments, please leave them below. Me or one of the other ILB coaches will get back to you ASAP, and subscribe. We have new videos every single week. Hype me up if you want to see me come back soon. I can't wait to bring you more information. I really want to make as many people dunk as possible. It was my dream, and now I just want to share that dream with everybody. The more people dunk, the more hype we get, the more energy. Let's go.